Hi, I'm Shanna. Today we have a 30-minute beginner Vinyasa flow. This is a great Vinyasa practice that will pair movement with breath, our movements matching our inhales and our exhales. This class focuses on Warrior 3. Warrior 3 is a really great balancing pose that you'll encounter a lot in Vinyasa classes, so it's a good place to start as a beginner. We'll really work on activating our glutes and our spine so we can support ourselves in this balancing posture. Ready? Come to your hands and knees with your hands stacked right under your shoulders, your knees stacked right under your hips. Pause here for a moment. Since we're going to be working on Warrior 3, we're going to play a little bit with those same shapes here in this position before we really get started. So take a deep breath in. Imagine your crown of your head growing away from your tailbone, getting taller. And a long exhale. 2 more breaths just like that. Breath in and breath out. Last breath in and last breath out. Now this time we'll move through cat and cow, starting with cow. Breathe in, drop your belly, lift the crown of your head, lift your tailbone up, let your shoulder blades squeeze together, and round your back to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Come to neutral. Find that nice neutral spine. Kick your right foot back, setting the ball of your foot right on the ground right behind you. Nice strong leg. Activate your quad. Feel everything lighting up. Now, lift your right heel up off the floor parallel with the ground. Now, our goal here is to lift this foot, lower it, and let's do it again. Lift it up using our glutes, not our back. So you don't want to dump into a back bend shape to get that leg up. Spine is straight and strong. Glutes are working. Lower it one more time. And again, lift it up parallel to the ground, just like we'll be later in Warrior 3. Flex your foot today. Press your heel towards the back of the room. Now bend your foot so your sole of your foot, bend your knee so the sole of your foot is pressing up towards the ceiling. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1, and lower that knee back down. And we'll do the other side. Left foot steps back, ball of the foot's on the mat. Make sure it's strong and straight. Everything is activated. Use your glutes to lift that leg up and lower it down. Use the glute, lift it up, lower it down. One more time, lift, hold here, bend your knee so the sole of your foot is pressing right up towards the ceiling. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower it right back down. Give it a little wiggle if you need a little wiggle. We're going to take it a step further this time. Right foot steps back, ball of the foot lands. Lift your right leg parallel to the earth. Now, if you want to, lift your left arm parallel to the earth. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1, and lower everything back down. Left foot steps back. Lift your left foot up parallel and lift your right arm. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Move through a few more cat-cows on your own breath, however you'd like to move. You can add a little twisty motion. Roll your neck around. Pause somewhere that feels good. And come back to tabletop before we tuck our toes. Lift our hips up and back. First downward facing dog of class. Let the weight press through all 4 corners of your hands. Let your heels draw towards the earth. Bend those knees if you need a little more space to allow your chest to fall towards the earth and your tailbone to tilt towards the sky. There's no shame in having those knees bent. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. walk your feet all the way up towards your hands. Find a deep forward fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows, give yourself a little swing from side to side. This is ragdoll pose. Drop your hands to the mat, roll up, one vertebrae stacking on top of the other. Imagine it moving so slowly that one vertebrae stacks on top at a time. At the very top, let your head fall on top. Rotate your arm bones open so that your palms now face the front of the room. Let your shoulders relax down your back. Breath in and breath out. Moving through a few sun salutations. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart as you come all the way down to your forward fold. Knees bent or not, you choose. Inhale, find a halfway lift. You're making a number 7 shape. Hands to your shins, crown of the head reaching forward. And exhale, back to a forward fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. You're in high plank. Take a breath here. As you exhale, your elbows go to the back of the room. Lower your chest all the way down. Inhale, lift up your chest to this baby cobra. Exhale, drop your forehead back down. Again, inhale, roll up, lift your chest and shoulders, and lower back down. One more time. Inhale, roll up, chest and shoulders lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press back through your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, come to downward facing dog. Pause here, breath in and breath out. Breath in and out. One more, breath in and breath out. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, walk. You can take big steps or tiny steps, you choose. Inhale, back to your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Let your arms float up and overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll move through another sun salutation, probably 2, but do it at a quicker pace this time. Inhale up. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, find that number 7 halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank, lower your chest all the way down in one long exhale. Inhale, press into your hands, lift up cobra, and exhale, lower down. Press back through tabletop, find downward facing dog. Breath in and out. In and out. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, walk or step or hop all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms float up. Gaze moves up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, everything floats up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step to your high plank, lower all the way to your belly, one long exhale. Inhale, up to cobra, and exhale, go right back down all the way to downward dog this time. Breath in, and breath out. One more breath in, and out. Inhale, look at your hands. On your exhale, empty lungs, walk all the way up to those hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll all the way up. Gaze all the way up. And exhale, hands come to heart. Pause here for a breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And out. Now we'll move through a sequence designed to help really get us ready for and approach Warrior 3. We'll move through the first time nice and slow, and then we'll do it again at a quicker pace. Let your arms drop down by your sides. Again, rotating your thumbs out so they point towards the outside of the room. Your feet are stacked right underneath your hips. This is our starting point for our sequence today. Shift your weight into your right leg and inhale, lift your left leg up to the 90-degree angle, fingers pointing up. This is just a standing variation of tree pose, if you will. Breath in. As you breathe out, draw your hands down to your chest. Slowly start to tilt your chest forward, bend your standing leg. Really find some depth there. Your left leg reaches behind you. It reaches as far back as it possibly can. Bend, 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 bend. And the left ball of the foot lands on the mat. Inhale your chest back up to standing tall. Now we've arrived in crescent lunge. So your front knee is right over your front ankle. Your back leg is strong and straight. Your heel is pressing over the ball of your foot like you're wearing a high heel. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. As you breathe out, again, your hands are going to draw to your chest. Drop your left knee all the way down to the mat. Breathe in here and breathe out. You're pressing your hips forward, but not so much so that you're sinking. You're still lifted, you're strong. Both legs are working hard. Breath in. And as you exhale, this time twist over to the right. You can release that left hand over that front knee. Maybe your right arm reaches back. Your right hand can also stay on your hip if that feels better. Maybe gaze back. Breath in. And as you breathe out, come back to center. Arms back up and overhead. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze your buns, press right back up into crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale. One breath in. As you exhale, start to lean forward. Don't come off that back foot. Let your arms draw alongside your body. From your crown of your head to your back heel, you're at a 45-degree angle. Inhale back up. And this time we're going to take off into warrior three. So you exhale, you tilt forward again. This time, push off your back toe, press onto that standing right leg. For this first time through, draw your hands to heart center. Now you're in a capital T shape. Flex your back foot, pressing that heel towards the earth. Squeeze your standing glute to help drop your left hip so your hips stay nice and even. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, start to lift your chest. Draw your knee right back to your chest. Arms up and overhead just like we started. And exhale, everything comes right back down to standing. Palms facing forward. Breath in. Breath out. And breath in. And out. And we'll do the other side. Shift your weight into your left leg. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. Your right knee comes to the 90. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. As you exhale, hands come to your heart. Start to lean forward. Your right leg travels back. Bend your left knee. Bend, bend, bend. Reach your right leg as far as you can. Right ball of foot lands on the earth. Lift your chest up into crescent pose. Hold here. Breath in. And as you lower your right knee down to the ground, take a breath out into this low lunge. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale, twist over to your left. You can catch your front knee with your right hand. Gaze back at your left hand or grab that left hip. Inhale. Exhale, twist back to center. Arms go up and overhead. Keep that back toe tucked and squeeze with all of your might. Lift right back up to crescent. Breath in and breath out. Lean forward, 45-degree angle. Inhale back up. And this time we'll take off. Warrior three. Lean forward. Press off that back foot. Come to standing on your left leg. Hand can come to heart center. This is a great place to use blocks if you need help balancing, or if you have a wall nearby, use that prop if you need the extra assistance. Drop that right hip so your hips stay square. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, start to lift up your chest. Draw your right knee up to the 90, right where we started. And exhale, set everything back down. Stand just here in mountain pose, in Tadasana, for a few breaths. Before we repeat that a little bit more quickly, with a few variations, a few changes, a few options to try. I always provide options to try and challenges and adjustments which you can take or leave, whatever you prefer. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, shift your weight into your right leg, left leg comes up. Exhale, hands to heart, bend your standing leg, reach back with your left leg, ball of foot lands, chest up, high crescent. Exhale, your left knee comes down to the ground. Breath in, breath out, twist over to the right. Again, you can catch that front knee. You can stay just like this. If you'd like to take that extra challenge, you can pick up your back knee, back foot, grab it with your hand, just to add a little bit of a different twist to this twist. If you have that back foot, release it, keep the toe tucked. Inhale, your arms back up to center, squeeze your glutes, come up to your high crescent. And exhale, tilt forward, arms sweep back. Inhale, come back up. And here we go into warrior three. Exhale, hands sweep back, push off that back foot, fly into warrior three. Now you can have your hands at heart center, or you can try hands alongside your body. Airplane arms, or arms overhead is the full expression of the pose. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift your chest up. You can bring your knee to 90 or parallel. Exhale, hands come down to your side. Right back where we started, we'll do the other side. Breath in and breath out. One more. Exhale, on to the other side. Right knee comes up to the 90, shift into the left leg. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach back with that right foot. Landing all the way down. Chest lifts up, high crescent. And exhale, lower your back knee. Stay here for a breath in. Breath out, twist over to the left. Catch that front knee. Maybe you pick up your back foot. Breath in. Breath out, release that. Back to center, back toe tucks. Inhale, squeeze, lift up, high crescent. Exhale, tilt forward, 45. Inhale, back up. Here we go, warrior three. Exhale, tilt forward. Tiny push off that back toe. Coming into warrior three. You choose your arm variation this time. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your chest. Maybe your right leg doesn't come to 90 but parallel. And drop right back down into Tadasana. Breath in and breath out. Last breath in, breath out. Draw your hands to your heart. Come all the way down to seated. We're going to work through a few glute bridges. Pause for a moment to find a little back bend, and then finish up class. So for our glute bridges, you want your feet planted, your knees pointed right up at the earth, your heels close enough to your body that you can either reach them with your fingers or almost reach them with your fingers. Your hands are going to stay alongside your body, palms facing down. Your feet are about hip distance apart. The first thing we're going to do is tilt our pelvis so you have this natural gap It's the natural curvature of your spine. So you've got a gap at your low back when you're lying on the ground. The first thing we're going to do is tilt our pelvis so that gap closes. So this fires up our glutes as we lift. So we're not lifting with our back, but we're closing that gap, rotating our pelvis to activate our glutes. Hands down on the ground, and you're going to squeeze and lift, maintaining that tilt. Don't lose that tilt once your hips go up. Lower back down. Now the small of your back should be the first thing that hits if you've maintained that tilt. Keeping that tilt, there's no gap here, and squeeze and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. 2 more times, and lift, and lower. Last time, lift, and lower. Let your knees fall side to side, a little bit of windshield wiper action. And we'll pause next for a gentle back bend, which is going to feel similar to our glute bridges. We're going to start in that same shape. Feet are planted just beyond the reach of our fingertips. Rotate that pelvis, close the small of your back. Lift your hips. This time, keep them lifted, keep them lifted. You want to keep all the weight here is at the shoulders and the back of your head. There's no weight on your neck. There's this little gap underneath those tiny little neck bones. And you press your hips high, squeeze. If you want to try something different, you can clasp those hands beneath your butt and even roll your shoulders under a little bit, continuing to squeeze and lift. This is the beginning of a back bend and also counts as an inversion because your hips are over your heart and your heart is over your head. Squeeze a little higher, breath in and breath out. Release your hands if you have that, lower all the way down. Again, windshield wiper those legs from side to side. And we'll finish off with just the last few stretches, my favorite, twisting at the end. So pick up your right leg, stack your ankle just above your right knee at the base of your thigh. Hold here. This is a figure 4 shape. You can reach through this number 4 and grab onto the back of your thigh, even using your right elbow to press your right knee towards the front of the room. Release that foot, put the left foot back down on the ground. You're still in the figure 4 shape. Your right foot is still in place. Bring your arms to a cactus. Let your legs fall over to the left so that your right foot is standing right on the ground, still in this figure 4 shape. You can gaze over your right shoulder to add to this twist a little bit. Draw your knees back up to center and we'll switch. Right foot comes down, left ankle crosses just above the right knee back into this figure 4. You can draw your right leg in, grab the back of your thigh, left elbow presses the left knee open. Remove your hands, let your right foot come back down to the ground. Arms can come into a cactus or goalpost shape. Let your legs fall over to the right so that your left foot stands right on the ground. Gaze over your left shoulder. Draw your legs back up to center. Release that left leg. And our last posture of class will be happy baby. Put both soles of both feet up towards the ceiling. You can take your hands and grab on the back of your knees or your big toes or the outside of your feet And just hold here. Let gravity do its job to open up those hips. If you want to sway from side to side a little bit, you can sway. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them one last hug. Extend your legs out in front of you, setting up for Shavasana. Your legs are wide. Your arms are palms face up alongside your body, but not quite touching your body, giving yourself a little space. And enjoy these last few minutes, these last few breaths, honoring the time that you took to give space to yourself today. Gently, slowly press yourself all the way up to a seated position, however that feels good for you. Let your hands rest on your thighs or at your heart. We'll take a breath in together and exhale. Draw your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart, honoring your unique spirit. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this was a great practice for the middle of your day. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you loved it and learned a little bit about Warrior 3.